Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am the one and true and living legend, Hunter J23, and welcome to a brand new, raw, and uncut, uncensored special edition of Independent Scene Podcast. I am yours truly, the host, the one and only, Hunter J. I want to take this opportunity right now to thank you guys for joining me. We got a really dope show today. We got a really dope guest in the building. He goes by the name of J the One, aka underscore Finesse. He definitely is a dope friend to the show. He's definitely a dope artist out here in the Carolinas doing his thing. He's been shutting it down. He's been dishing it out. He's been putting in the work, and I definitely am always honored when he stops by and says what's good to us, fills us in on what's going on with him. But like I said, with that being said, I hope you guys are ready for another. We got another one for you, man. I'm bringing these drinks back to y'all back to back to back. So you make sure you guys be ready. Make sure you guys be tapping in, checking out this content. I'm trying to give it to y'all the best way I can. So, like I said, again, welcome to all my new followers. Welcome to all of my new people. All of my day ones that's been rocking with me. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Hey, we got the road Maurice, my brother Maurice Lautner in the building. What's going on, brother? Salute to you. Good to see you as always. Yeah, man, like I said, we doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate every last person that has come through here on this podcast and shared their journey, shared their story with me, opened up to me, was able to talk to me freely. It's definitely an honor. That I've truly had some amazing guests on this show. Maurice Lochner being one of them. He's an actor. He has starred in such plays as Medea on the Run, Medea's Christmas, Bam's Place, the Have and Have Nots. I mean, the list goes on. So you guys, make sure you guys go and tap in with him, check him out. He's definitely dope. I had the pleasure of talking with him and meeting him for the first time virtually. So I'm definitely excited whenever he stops through. So it's always amazing. Again, much blessings to you, sir. Everybody else, what's going on? What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing? Much love to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in here and rocking with me, man. Y'all definitely know when to show up. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate y'all, man, for being real and tapping into this motivation. Tapping into this wave, man, because not many people, get a chance to, hear the backstory behind these artists and these people from, with these different careers, man. So anytime that people get a chance to tap in, you gotta, tap in while you can. But with that being said, my guest is in the building. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my guest at this time. He is the homie, he is the bro and friend to the show. Welcome back, the homie, J the One. Let's get it. Yeah.
Yo, what up, man? What's good, my boy?
What's going on, bro? Good to see you, my boy.
Hey, man, good to see you, my boy.
How you how you been, man?
I'm good, bro. Setting up good. That's straight.
Yeah, you straight, everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Just been working, man. Same old, man. You know how it is, man. Just staying on the move, staying busy, trying to stay out of trouble, and trying to stay warm in the snow, for sure.
That that part, my boy. But like I said, as always, man, I appreciate you, man, for always stopping through and showing love, man. It's truly appreciated, man. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate you for putting me on the platform, man. For real, like, a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying, put a lot of effort into, getting into independent artists before, they're not so reachable anymore. So this has always been a really dope platform to me, for sure.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But like I said, guys, again, let me say welcome to everybody that's gonna be happening, that's gonna be joining us on this podcast. I want to say thank you in advance. Real quick before we get started, before I, before I introduce yourself, I want you to give us a quick second freestyle, real quick, just to let the people know what we get into.
Word. Okay. Um, Let me think a little something. Right? Okay. I've been working ever since I can remember. I've been on the move and grinding hard, even in December. Got a couple stacks that's been popping on my agenda, but now I'm running to the finish line, the number one contender. A lot of people been doubting me, ain't really been looking out for me. I never asked for it, so I'm good on the apologies. I've been destined for greatness ever since I was a child, and you know that really everything about to start getting wild. That's all I'm getting for right now. Just a little something, man. It's a little something, man.
Okay, I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Little something, man. Look, it's just a little something, man. I ain't much of a freestyler. I do a lot of writing for sure. You know, I like to freestyle every once in a while, but you know, I don't give it to everybody. But you my boy though, you know, so I give you a little something, something.
Okay, I appreciate that. Respect my boy.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. You know, people, man. Then we're gonna try that into.
Oh man, I think my connection getting a little bad. Say that one more time, bro.
I said, go ahead, introduce yourself to the people, man. We're gonna jump right into it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Okay, my bad. My connection getting a little bad, but y'all. But like I said, man, I'm Jay the one and only man. Hailing all the way from Tarboro, North Carolina, 252. You already know. Man, I'm just here, out here in the Bull City, man. I came here for school. Went to North Carolina Central University. Got my degree in music. So you know, of course, music has always been a love of mine. And right now, man, I'm just enjoying life, man. Just going through the motions of my 20s, enjoying my artist career, enjoying, entrepreneurship, enjoying the opportunity to just, connect with people and, you know what I mean, network and, really just spread that love and positivity, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too
Okay,
much.
okay. So most definitely. So let me ask you this, man. So what's the response like? You know, again, you've had dope, musical career, man. I got, and what's it been like to connect with the people that really support you, support what you're doing? What's that been like?
It's been good, man. Me being the person that I am, I've been involved with music ever since I was like 3 feet tall, man. You know, my grandma, she brought me up singing in the church. Shortly after I got involved with the school band program, and I had been in the band for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years, man. So it was like, music was always just like a secondary thing of mine. You know what I'm saying? It was easy. So as far as being an artist, me and my boys from back at the crib in Tarboro, we've always been involved with music, but there was always, some people that, it was like a little different. You know what I'm saying? My boy TJ, my boy Kelsey, my boy Milton, there's a bunch of other artists that are from where I'm from. And, we just all kind of took it a little bit more serious than other people. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they didn't take it serious, but some people, they only go so far with it, but we saw the talent, we saw the opportunity, we saw, the vision, and everybody, is kind of going in their own different directions with it. But we're all still, following that same dream. And yeah, man. So it was just, it was just like clockwork, writing lyrics, making beats. That's just what I did. Of course, when I came to college, it was kind of on the back burner. You know what I mean? Because I had to focus on getting that degree. College ain't cheap. College ain't easy. So, as far as like being an artist and stuff like that, I still wrote my rhymes. I still made beats and stuff on the side, but it was really just kind of like a leisure type thing. It wasn't really like I was doing it every day, every week. It was just kind of whenever I found the time to do it. Um, but when I finished my degree, when I graduated, that was really that time period where I felt, a little weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I could just kind of do what I really wanted to do. I could really be myself. Of course, I was involved in a collective when I first graduated. The family, shout out to all of them, KMFR, Tanae, Rick the Girl, Romeo, all my peoples. You know what I'm saying? We started off, as a collective, and it was, it was dope, man. Like we were making good music, and it was good vibes. You know what I mean? So that was really kind of like my kickstart to kind of get back into it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like I always wanted to get back into making my own music and doing artist type things like I did back in the day. But because I was in school, it was like I don't really have time. Like I have to graduate. I have to make sure that these loans I'm taking out for this degree is going to be used the right way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Once we got into it, it was love, man. I got back into the rhythm of recording and making beats again, and just being on that scene, being into that environment, being in that creative space, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that have come from getting back into the spotlight. Networking not only on an artist level, but just also as an entrepreneur as well. You know, and then also being able to travel, meet new people, do new things, learn, because learning is always going to be a part of it. You never can stop learning. And yeah, man, it's been one hell of a ride, and I'm excited to see where it keeps going for sure.
Okay, okay. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it as all. So, I kind of, I want to ask you about something. I want to ask you, how do you feel about, artists that are coming up who are trying to reach, who are, who are trying to reach, what advice and tips can you give them to keep them, to help them succeed in this industry?
Be yourself, man. Be yourself, be genuine. That's number one because there's so many people out here that is like perpetrating, man, and trying to put on these facades just because they see a lot of money that's involved with music. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, everybody who's in the street um, wants to get paid. Like, nobody wants to do music for free. I don't care who says they want to do music for free. They don't want to do it for free unless they already
Right,
got like some businesses or some capital somewhere that's going to be funding what they're doing. Nobody wants to do music for free. But if you're going to do it, like, be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here talking about stuff that you ain't do, talking about people that you ain't never been around, talking about stuff that you ain't never done or seen. Or, just be yourself, be genuine, make music that makes you proud first. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, you have to make music that your fans like in order to get sales and get streams and get opportunities and get booked and stuff like that. But you also have to, make music that you're proud of too. Because if you're just making whatever and you don't like it, your fans are going to be able to tell when it's time for you to perform. You know what I'm saying? Because recording the music in the studio is only one part of it. Like, you have to go out and perform and go out and be seen, and that's just a part of it. That's a part of being an artist. So be genuine, be real with yourself. Is number one. I'll say number two is don't let the internet like dictate your own success. You know what I'm saying? Especially as an independent artist, man. Like, there are so many like profiles and influencers that are out here in the music industry that got all these nice things and got all this stuff for the internet, for Instagram, for Twitter, for Facebook, for TikTok. But in all reality, you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. You don't know whether they're really happy or not. You know what
right,
I'm saying? The materialistic things are really what's pushing people to get into music. A lot of times people don't even really care about music. They just
right.
want to get money. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? If that's your hustle, I mean, do it well, but just make sure that you're not selling yourself out. You know what I'm saying? So, number two, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the internet really dictate your own success. And then number three, don't be afraid to, think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people are really, drawn to doing what everybody else is doing, following the formula. You know what I'm saying? Being a number in line with everybody else. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, man. Do something that nobody else is doing. Have that creative style for that music video that nobody's ever seen before. You know what I'm saying? That's really how people pop. You know what I mean? Like, that's really how people pop, having these crazy ideas that nobody else would think of, and then pulling it off and making it work. Um, so I definitely say, don't be afraid to think outside the box and really take advantage of, your independence when it comes to being an artist. Because don't get me wrong, like, I don't have anything against people that are signed to labels. If you sign to a label, that is cool. Like, I'm happy for you. Get that bread, get that promotion, that marketing, whatever. But a lot of times when people are signed to these labels they control everything down from the stuff that they can post, the stuff that they can wear, the ideas they have for their videos, the music that they put out, the people that they can go see, the people they can have around them. You know what I mean? Like, when you're an independent artist, you're independent. You have control over everything. So take advantage of that. Do what you want to do it how you want to do it, but make sure that, like I said, you being yourself, you're not letting the internet dictate your success, and you really taking advantage of, the opportunities that are in front of you, for sure.
Okay. Okay, I definitely feel that. I definitely. So now let me ask you this: when it comes to ghost, why do you feel like there are so many ghostwriters out here that are writing for artists, versus artists writing their own lyrics?
Um, it's funny, bro, because I was really just having a conversation like this with my boy earlier this week about ghostwriters. Um, Honestly, bro, I don't really have a problem with ghostwriters, man. Like, to me, that's just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that is a part of the music industry, a part of the music scene, not everybody is a good writer, but they might be a good performer, might be a good entertainer. You know, they just might be really bad at writing songs. I mean, you know, it happens. But thankfully,
Right.
you know, for ghostwriters, that's where they come in. You know, they can give you that song and they can really give you that push that you need to really be a good artist. Now, granted, I'm a fan of, you know, writing my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time, whenever you hear me like spitting, like, I wrote it. Most, like, 9 times out of 10, I wrote it. Like, every once in a while, I may have somebody come in and we just, you know, write together. Like, we co-write on a song, but rarely ever will I ever have somebody like give me a full verse or a full song. And if they do, then best believe I'm gonna give them the credit for it because they deserve it. They wrote it, you know. Yeah, me personally, I don't really have a problem with ghostwriters, but I see how, you know, over the years it's become an issue with, you know, certain people and certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Drake situation with Quentin Miller, you know, everybody was just so up in arms about Drake having a ghostwriter for a lot of his songs. I'm like, y'all don't realize this a lot of artists that's doing that. Like just because Drake is at this level doesn't mean that, you know, it's any bad that he do it. Um, so I don't know. A lot of people might disagree, but that's just me. You know, I'm being as genuine as I can be with that. I don't really mind ghostwriters.
Okay. Now, speaking of being genuine, man, where does your genuine and your humbleness come from? Like, where does all of that stem from?
Um, it really just comes from like trial and error, you know, like, and not even just specifically me, but just like I'm a really observant person. And like I said, man, I've been involved in music my whole life. Like that's literally half of what I know. So I've seen people get into the music game, and like I said, they're playing this facade, playing this role, like you know, for example, some people might act like they're from the streets and stuff like that, and they, you know, toting, you know, all types of guns in their back seat, and they doing this, that, and the third. And then some people, you know, playing these roles like they're so rich and all they do is just go out and travel and this, that, and the third. Like I've seen a lot of people come into the game and leave out of the game with nothing, you know, and a lot of times it's because they're not being themselves. So me, you know, when I decided to get back serious again about being an artist and releasing my own music, I told myself that I'm at a point in my life where I don't feel like I have anything to prove to anybody. You know, so if I'm going to do this again, I'm just going to be myself. And if people like it, cool. If people don't like it, cool. I mean, I don't really care too much. You know, I mean, of course I care if my fans, you know, if they rock with me, but at the same time, my fans are my fans because of who I am, you know. So it's not like me being genuine is going to draw my fans away or push my fans away. And if anything, you know, I would expect for them to, you know, reel in. But I mean, at the same time, it's not anything that you can really do because you know people they flip flop all the time. The cancel culture, that's just how it is now. You know, you get canceled every day. So yeah, man, I try to be myself, man, just because like 20, 30 years from now, when I'm old and probably not releasing music like I am now, I want to look back and be like, yeah, man, I really did that, and I didn't play any kind of facade or any kind of role. Like I was really being myself and I was being genuine, and people really appreciated it, and I appreciate them for appreciating me being myself. You know.
Okay, okay. Now I gotta address the drip, man. You know, whenever I see you or whenever we talk, you always, you always got the drip on. Where does the drip? Where does the drip motivate? Where does the drip motivate aspect come from you?
You said the drip.
Yeah, the drip.
Um,
Yeah.
well, first. this right here, this is my homegirl, Maya, K.
Oh,
She's an artist as well. You can see that. Maya K Music.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's an artist. She's Atlanta based. She went to Central. We were in the band together. Honestly, and she probably doesn't even know this for real. But she was like one of the only people like at Central that I would really like share like a lot of my like rhymes and stuff with before I got back serious about being an artist. And that's just because of how genuine she was to me. You know what I mean? Like she was one of the first people at Central to really kind of welcome me with open arms and really, just show me the ropes and stuff. When you're a freshman, you don't really know nobody. But when you're in the band, I mean, you got to know them because you're in the band. So she was like, one of the first people to really open her arms up to me. So, yeah, man, I gotta represent, what I'm saying, her brand for sure because that's my dog for life. Um, and I this is one thing that I do. Like I like to wear a lot of my friends' clothing brand. I just had a photo shoot the other day. My homeboy Tyrone, he has a clothing brand that he has out right now called Sun's Corner. Um, so like I said, man, I like to support a lot of black businesses and stuff. And then of course, you gotta have the 2-5 on my hat. Gotta represent the hometown, man. Um, yeah, man, I really don't be trying too hard, man. Don't get me wrong. Like I got the little expensive brands and all that stuff too. But I would rather wear stuff that has some kind of meaning at the same time too. Like don't get me wrong. Like I'll drip out. You know what I'm saying with the bands on bands on bands on my fit. You know what I'm saying. What's dude name? Chris Too Smooth to do. Like don't talk to me nice, man. How much your fist cost, man? How much your fist cost, man? Like I could get on that joint if I want to, but I mean I don't really care too much. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm gonna flex. But I'm gonna flex my way. So
Okay. Okay. And let me ask you this, man. Game for game how long?
say that one more time, bro.
I said you've been in the game how long?
Um, I started making beats when I was 13. So I've been making beats and producing for the past 9 years. No. 11 years. 11 years, going on 12 now. And I've been writing music since I was like 11, 12. So right around the same time. So I've been in the game like 10 plus years, but for the past like year and a half is the time where I've really like taken it serious and kind of like took off with it. So,
Okay. So out of those 12 years that you man, like what's been the one lesson you've remembered or you've learned about your that's made you so, where you at, put in the position where you at now?
um, you said the biggest lesson, right? The
Yeah, the
biggest
biggest.
lesson,
Yeah.
I'll say the biggest lesson is be happy with yourself first before you expect somebody else to be happy or content with what you're doing. Um, a lot of people, suffer from like self-esteem issues and like anxiety and stuff like that. And I've suffered from self-esteem and anxiety before in the past too. And I still, have my days every once in a while. But if you're really content and happy with yourself, like no matter what it is that you do in life, whether it's like being an artist, being an entrepreneur, being a teacher, being a coach, whatever, man, like you will find your peace. You will find your peace. So the biggest thing for me was to really just find my peace within myself, accept myself for who I am before I expect somebody else to accept me for me. I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I have physical flaws. I've got emotional flaws, mental flaws, whatever. Like, I'm not perfect. But at the same time, like, I've come to accept myself for who I am and be happy, with who I am and be happy with the growth that I've made up to this point and, prepare myself for the growth that I'm going to make in the future. So that's probably like the biggest thing. And honestly, even though that may not have a lot to do with the music per se, it just helps overall, with yourself as a person, because not only does that help with the music, but that just helps with every other aspect in your life too. So Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Okay. So 5 to 10. Now, where do you see?
You said 5 to 10 years from now where I see myself.
Yeah, where do you see yourself?
Um, oh, 5 to 10 years from now, I'm gonna be like 35, 30, 35, somewhere between there. Um, by then, like I'm gonna be at a peak for sure. Or if not at a peak, I'm gonna be at a level like way farther than where I am right now. Music wise, business wise, people like person wise, like by then, like I definitely can see myself enjoying the fruits of my labor, all the work that I've been putting in these past couple of years, and the work that I'm still going to be putting in after this year. Like I could definitely see myself enjoying the fruits of my labor for sure, and just inspiring others to do the same, putting on for my city for sure, giving back, and just trying to spread that love, man. That's what the world needs. The world just needs love, you know.
Okay. I feel that. I feel. All right. So my next thing I want to kind of do, man, you know, being part of this evolution, and seeing, your brothers and sisters out here doing the thing. What is it like to sit back and see, knowing that you're an artist as well?
Man, I love it, man. I love it, man. Like I said, this has been something that I've been doing for a long, 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 long time, bro. Long time. Like way back when, back in Martin Middle days, for to whoever, know where Martin Middle is, Tarboro High days. Like this is stuff I've been doing for a long time. So to see my people really, you know, doing their thing and getting out there and getting to it, it makes me happy. Like my boy TJ, his artist name is Tommy Fomo. Him and his collaborator, they just had like a show in New York not too long ago, man. Like it makes me so happy to see him doing his thing, man, because we've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Maya, she's in Atlanta doing her thing, dope ass artist, dope creative. You know what I'm saying? She just had 2 fire videos last year, and I know she got some heat coming up this year. You know what I'm saying? My boy Ro, he's an amazing artist. He just put out an EP last year, and he's got some stuff in work. We actually got some stuff in the works. I can't tell you too much, but you know what I'm
Right.
saying. We got some stuff in the works. You know what I'm saying. So it's just like anybody that I work with from way back when to now, just to see them doing something good, it makes me happy. Whether it's the artist or not, but definitely for the artist too, because the game is crazy. The game is crazy. So to see people doing well, it makes me happy. For real.
Okay. So now, man, working with artists that you work with, what's been beauty about working with certain, and really making timeless music, really making a masterpiece, if you will. What is that?
Um, Making a masterpiece, man. It's really all about the vibe. I'm a big energy person. I'm a big energy person. And over the past few months, over the past year and a half, like I feel like I've gotten more into touch with you know like that energy, like feeding into that creative space. Um, Really, it has to flow. Like one thing that I don't like to do, I don't like to force. I don't like to force it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm in the studio and I'm just forcing this joint out and it's not coming the way I want it to, then I'm gonna just stop. Like I was just in the studio earlier this week. Excuse me. I was just in the studio earlier this week, and I was working on a new track, and it just wasn't working, man. And I was getting frustrated, I was getting upset, so I just stopped. I stopped. I took some time to really just relax and meditate and just kind of center myself. And eventually, everything ended up working itself out like the next day. But sometimes it just has to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to feel that energy. You have to feel that creative space with positive vibes, and it'll just happen, man. Like there have been times where I've been in the studio with whoever, and we just been sitting there listening to the music, and we just writing, like we just going, like it's just coming out, like it's like clockwork. And then there's been times where I've been in the studio and we just been going through beats, going through beats, going through beats, going through beats, and just nothing's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to write a little something, something, but it just ain't working, you know, and it happens. So I feel like to really make that masterpiece, the vibes have to be good, the energy has to be good, you know, it just has to be some real positivity going around, you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. You know, when it comes to performances, man, what is your main mindset going into a performance? Like mentally prepared to go out there and give it your all.
When it comes to performances, man, I really just think about every single performance as my last performance. That's been my thing. And that comes from band for real. Like one thing that I didn't really take a lot of pride in when I was in high school. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like high school is one thing, college is another thing. But when I was in high school, like it was just a performance. Like I didn't really think too much of it because I thought band would last forever. Until senior year came around, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm about to graduate. I'm not about to be in the band no more. Like what? So senior year, like I was like, yeah, man, I got to make every performance count because after this, I'm done. Like I don't get no more performances. So when I came to Central, I had like some stuff going on at first, but eventually I had got into that same mindset. Like, yeah, man, like every performance, I have to go stupid, like because I don't know what could happen because people die every day, man. Like today could be your last day on earth. You never know. So like you have to treat every single day like it's your last. Every performance like it's your last. You got to give it your all. You know what I mean? Um, Before every performance, I always pray. I always pray. And I always thank God for the opportunity to perform, to inspire, to give somebody else the energy that I have. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that it helps them with their day. You know what I mean? Because there have been times where I was the guest. You know what I'm saying? I was not the performer. I was the person that was watching the performance and watching them perform, watching their energy really made me feel better. Like, yo, like he really up there chilling and she really going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like when the roles are reversed, I'm on the stage. I want to do the same thing. Like I want you to lead my performance. Like, man, Jay the one, he was really up there going crazy, bro. He really had that good energy. Like I like him, bro. Like I like that dude. You know, so that's really how I feel about performances, man. Give it your all, like it's your last one, and then you can leave the stage or performance venue or whatever with no regrets, for sure.
Okay. All right. So I want to kind of switch again. Thank you for that response. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I want to kind of touch on mental, you know, mental awareness, things of that nature. Man. You know, we have so many people out here in the world now that's dealing with depression, anxiety, you know, suicide, low self-esteem, you know, abandonment. You know, the list goes on. So, you know, dealing with that. What is your the people that are watching this that are going through? How do they? What can they do to keep themselves on the up and
Um, when it comes to mental health, man, you really just got to be real with yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself and admit, you know, what's going on, and you have to reach out, man. You know, like I've struggled with mental health a lot in the past, man, a lot. And even to this day, like I have my weekdays, but it's really all about growth. It's really all about taking that next step to really becoming better and progressing, man. It's not going to be easy. Mental health crises and mental health illnesses and your weekdays and all that stuff, like no matter what level it might be, they all come around at some point, man, because we're not perfect. And the world is not perfect. There's always something going on that's going to touch us in some way. So you really just have to be honest with yourself, reach out for help, and also too stay away from a lot of like things that trigger you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a big thing for a lot of people because a lot of people don't understand how like normal things that we may be involved in or normal things that we might be around or sometimes even certain people that we might be around could like be mental health triggers for us and like really throw us off our game and really like mess us up. You know what I'm saying? So like me personally, like I have taken so much like time into really like trying to get myself better mentally so that I don't deal with those issues. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I have my days, but like sometimes you really have to take yourself out of certain environments, take yourself out of certain groups, take yourself out of certain situations so that you can work on yourself to feel better. Because at the end of the day, you only get one life, man. You know, and you want to make sure that you live in that life to the fullest, dog. You know what I mean? Like I've been in that predicament myself where, you know, I didn't think that it was gonna get any better. You know, and like I said, I'm a genuine person. I don't mind talking about my weak days, my weak moments. You know what I'm saying? My weak time periods, because it's real. Like it ain't nothing to sugarcoat. You know, like we all have our times where, you know, we just feel like nothing might get better. But you really got to keep your head up, man. You know, you really got to keep your head up. I was just talking to my homeboy the other day about this. Like today, like like January 22nd, this time last year, I was at probably one of the lowest points of my life, like ever, bro, like ever. I had so much going on. I was losing out bad. I was really going through it, but God, he really showed me that if you keep a positive attitude and you work your ass off. Like, excuse my language to anybody who might be watching that don't
Listen,
like curse words, but
look, look. Hey, right now, before you finish, it's raw and uncut. It's new, so hey, listen. Express how you want to express it. Don't say it, so you don't have.
fact. But yeah, man, like if you really like keep a positive attitude, you really like work your ass off, and you really like remember that trouble don't last always. Like God is gonna save you. He's gonna make sure that you good, man. Like I'm a living testament of that, bro. Like I said last year around this time, bro, I was going through it, bro. Like I didn't think I was gonna make it out that joint. Kept to you, but like I tried my best to stay positive. I tried my best not to put myself into a bad mental space. And right now, I'm living my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I might not be where all these other people are on social media with all the nice chains and the fancy cars, but bro, I'm living my dream. I got a music degree. In my artist career, I've got multiple businesses. I'm taking care of my family. You know what I mean? Like that's all I ever wanted, man. You know what I mean? So like, God, He definitely will take care of you, but you gotta put in that work too. Like you can't just expect Him to heal you all the time. You gotta try to help yourself too. That's how mental health work, man. It's a tug of war, but you can win for sure, for sure.
Okay, well, definitely, man. Those that are, that are watching, man. I hope you got. I hope this is really, helping you guys. With if you deal with mental health, I'm hoping that this is an open door for you guys. Catch these and then really apply to you guys for real. I definitely, I'm a firm believer. You just said, man. Whenever because you're gonna have, have haters. You're gonna have people that talk bad about you. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you
we
know,
love the haters. We love the haters. Love
you
the
know,
haters.
but at the same time, exactly. But at the same time, when you have, a genuine, and you have a genuine set, and you're mature enough to understand, the difference between real and fake. It's almost like this. You know what I'm saying? So I
Fact.
definitely, I definitely say to you, man, and everything that you got going on, I definitely salute that, bro, because you definitely are truly one of the true MVPs out here, man. I say that, and I say that on an honest tip. That's not just because I know you, outside of Instagram, but you definitely have truly, what you're capable of, and respect that, and I appreciate it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I appreciate that, bro, for real. Like I say, man, it's so much like craziness in the world and so much like toxic stuff going on, man. Like you really got to keep it real with people sometimes, man. So I appreciate you for like rocking with me the way that you do and like giving me the opportunity to really just say what it is and say what it ain't, man. For sure. Like I
Bro,
said, bro, I got a lot of respect for you too, my boy.
most definitely. Most definitely. Let me ask you, we, of course, we've been dealing with the whole pandemic situation. We've had a lot of whom have done, shows virtually. They've done shows, in the venues. But how do you feel about the virtual aspect of shows, music wise? How do you feel?
Um, I think it's pretty dope. It's been I say people have like dabbled in it before in the past, but the level that it's currently at right now has like it's never been here before. You know what I mean? And it's only going to get like crazier as time goes on. Like I'm a really big person into like doing research into like what's going on, like, with like technology and politics and, just current happenings and stuff in the world. So like all like the virtual worlds and like the metaverse and what I'm saying, all that stuff, like it's coming, bro. Like all that stuff is going to be like the new internet soon. Like people are going to be on that joint. So like I've already, taken, personal steps myself to really prepare for all of these things that's going to happen in like 10, 15, 20 years. But I think it's pretty dope, man. It's providing another opportunity, another avenue for creatives and artists and influencers or whatever to really just kind of showcase their material and what they got going on. Now, granted, it's always, drawbacks and disadvantages with stuff like that. But at the same time, it's a work in progress, just like anything. So I feel like it'll work its way around. You know, it might not be like that big of a deal right now, but I definitely feel like 5, 10, 15 years from now, like it's gonna be like, man, you ain't on the metaverse yet, man. Boy, come on now, you got to get up there. Kind of like how social media was at first.
Right. Okay. And so my last how to get into, because we're getting down to the end. I want to ask you, when it's all said and done, you have truly put your stamp on the world, and you have changed the game. You've been able to provide for not only your family, your friends, your true supporters, man. What is it about Day the One that you're gonna want the world, everyone, to know about you? All said and done.
Um, I just want people to really just remember me as somebody that proved to the rest of the world that no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, no matter what people have thrown against you, that you can still find a way to live your life and be happy. You know what I mean? Like, there are people coming from backgrounds even harder than mine, people that have gone through situations even tougher than mine, you know what I'm saying, that probably don't feel half of the confidence that I feel, don't feel happy that half of the happiness that I feel, and it really hurts to know that because it's like, don't get me wrong, like I done been through some shit, I done been through some shit, but at the same time, where I am right now in my life, like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have my weekdays, but compared to where I've been, what I've been through, like bro, this is like I'm living a life, dog. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to be able to experience that. I want everybody to feel that same happiness that I feel right now because that's how the world should be. Everybody should feel content. Everybody should feel happy. Everybody should feel love. But because of so much stuff that goes on in and out, like people people don't feel it. And that's just my thing. I just want everybody to understand, no matter what your situation is, no matter what you've been through, who done did you wrong, who you might have lost, what you might have lost, like there's still a way for you to find happiness, but you have to work for it. And granted, it might be some hard work that you got to put in. It might be some stuff you got to go through, but it's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel if you really believe it. You got to believe it. If you can believe it, you can see it, then you can achieve it for sure. You know.
Okay. Well, I definitely, feel all of and I definitely again want to take this moment right now to truly say I wish you nothing but the best and everything that you got going on. Much success to you, much appreciation to you for stopping through as always, showing love. You're definitely a dope friend. You're like a brother to me, man. I definitely am grateful to not only you as a bro, but definitely you on the show. Really, really just let it all out on my mind and just be speak on the real, what
Appreciate that, bro. My bad.
it's all
Like without, bro. My bad.
it's
But
all
yeah, man, I appreciate that too, man. For real. Like I said, like when we first networked and everything like that, man. When you told me about your podcast, I was like, dog, that's dope, man. There's not a lot of people that's really, putting on for the independent artists like that, man. So like I definitely got a lot of respect for what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen you like started out and like build it up to where you got like, man, you got A-listers on this joint now, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, you doing your thing, bro. Like, I'm proud of you. And like, yeah, bro. Like, you my brother. You my dog, man. So anytime, you know what I'm saying, you need something from me, just let me know, and I'm gonna make sure I do what I can to, look out for you too, because you're looking out for me. So.
Most definitely appreciate it, brother. It's nothing but love, man. Real quick before we get up out of here, man, let people know where they can.
Oh man, follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, at AKA_finesse with two S's. Follow me on TikTok, man. I'm trying to get into the TikTok game, man. Hit me up on TikTok, Jada1_. Um, and yeah, hit me up on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, man. More content is rolling in as the days go by. And stay tuned for the Major Dreams tour, man. First date coming up. Raleigh, North Carolina, man. We turning it up. Party don't stop.
The party don't stop and never stop.
Yes, sir.
Before we end this live, I want you to everybody that's still watching. I want you to, close this thing. I want you to close this thing out with a prayer for the people that are really going through something, really need that extra boost of motivation to close.
Facts. Well, for everybody that's watching, first of all, I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in, supporting me and my dog. I saw a lot of names going through. Shout out to Ro, shout out to Tosh. Shout out to all of my people from the 2-5 that tuned in. Shout out to my cousins, man. Shout out to B. Shout out to Vic. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to everybody that was on the live showing love, man. If you ever got something going on, man, like, don't be afraid to talk to somebody about it, man, because that's the first step, like communicating what it is that you got going on. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Use like whatever form of expression that you can, whether it's music, art, working out, going for a walk, whatever. Use whatever form of expression that you have, within your means to let out whatever that emotion is that you're feeling, and take the steps that are necessary to really, kind of rid yourself of those negative feelings, whether it's removing yourself out of a situation, removing yourself from a group, removing yourself from somebody, removing yourself from a location, or whatever it might be. Like, there are always steps that you can take to get your situation better, man. So really just, do what you got to do to feel better, because you matter. You definitely matter. Nobody else tells you today. I'm telling you that you matter. Your life matters. Your happiness matters. Your peace matters. So take care of it.
Most definitely, most definitely. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is one Contra 23 minute podcast. He wanted to thank you guys once again for joining us. And as always, we appreciate you, love y'all. I would say stay fly, stay dope, and trust that it's enough. And we'll see you guys next time on another Independent Same podcast. We out, guys.